Hello, and welcome to another rousing rendition of Looking Out and Up with
Penny.
and less Sojourner. What are we doing?
What were we talking about today?
We are going to talk about instant gratification. We live in a society that's just demanding of instant gratification.
Okay.
People wanting results, wanting them right now.
That has to do with that conversation we had the other day.
Well, I think most people. I know the people who tune into this don't really. Well, they obviously aren't in on it, but most of what we present here is conversations that we've had in the last day, couple of days, or in the past week, or whatever. And Penny is generally good enough to write these down and kind of make a note so that, hey, we talked about this, and now let's share it with an audience. So this is going to be our attempt at talking about instant gratification and how it relates
To
um, alternative healing or alternative health.
oh, that's right. Because, well, I made a fresh batch of Comfrey Salve, and I make it for our personal use, and also for family and friends. And what's becoming disheartening to me is because one of our family members is having a weak condition and needs to strengthen, and it just really bothers me when here I have something that I've made from natural plants that is an alternative medicine. No, it's not a prescription medicine.
Well, and don't leave out the fact that it's worked for numerous people dealing with everything from aches and pains, knee pain, back pain, scar tissue. It's worked for me fantastically. I had scarring on my ankles from walking through briars, and that scarring, those scratches were almost permanent. I walk around in the summertime in shorts. I don't really care so much where I walk. And this stuff I'm usually beat up around the ankles because I don't have socks on. And Penny started putting it on my ankles and it wasn't very many days. It was less than a week. And pretty much all of those scars that had been there for, I don't know, 2 years, a year and a half, they just, like I say, they're constantly getting kind of re-agitated. But they were gone. They were 95% gone. If you looked hard, you might have still seen them. And this stuff had worked not only for me, but it's worked for friends of ours and acquaintances of our children. We've dished it out, or Penny dishes it out to people who have a real interest in it. So
It's and all of these folks, of course, that it's worked for, have they have an open mind that they're open to trying an alternative medicine, and and it hurts me because I care about you. And if you're hurting or you have an ache or some kind of sickness, and if it's something that I feel that maybe can help you, but you don't want to even attempt to use it on a regular basis, or else you just
well, and
scoff at it.
yeah, and something that gets overlooked here. This kind of gets to the gratitude end of things too. Is that there's a lot of effort put into making this. There's a lot of effort into the Comfrey and turning the Comfrey into a usable product. We have a family member that supplies us with beef tallow, and the beef tallow is all free range, grass fed, old stock cattle, Highland cattle that live a wonderful life. Um, so the mixture is something that there is a lot of work and effort put into, not just on our part, but on the people who are raising the cattle as well. And there's a lot that goes into making the salve. It's not just something that happens quickly. You spend 10 minutes and look, it threw itself together. So this is kind of where this is. This is why it bothers Penny, is that there's been thought and effort and time put into this, and people will ask for it, or we will actually suggest it to people. Oh, that sounds great. And then to find out that they're not using it. Their condition, you see them again in 3 or 4 or 5 weeks or whatever it may be, a couple of months, and time passes and you see that they're still struggling. This particular person is struggling with knee pain. And the question came up, well, have you been using the salve? Well, no. Well, why'd I give you the salve? If you weren't going to use it, I'd just rather keep it at home for use or to pass on to somebody who would use it.
It's because it wasn't prescribed. They didn't pay big dollars for it. That's what I.
You know
feel.
what? This is going to be another episode about
What?
giving things to people. We're
Yeah.
old and we still haven't learned our lesson.
But because if the medicine doesn't work immediately,
Oh yeah, this is kind of what the episode was supposed to be about. Is that people are so quick to judge that something is not being, that the efficacy is not there because, well, I've put it on for the last week and my knee doesn't feel any better or my back doesn't feel any better. Well, have you been putting it on like regularly? Are you, and what our discussion kind of centered around when we were talking about this the other day was how quickly people are willing to point out that something is not effective, that it's got no efficacy because I tried it and it didn't work. They'll line up at the pharmacy. They will not miss a day of their pill. They will take their pills that come from the pharmacy almost with pride that they're taking these pills. But when it comes to a home brew, when it comes to something that's been used for hundreds, if not thousands of years and helping people,
more of an alternative, holistic.
yeah. And
No.
these people don't seem to want to put the same effort, nor would they announce with the same amount of pride that they're using a Comfrey Salve. So this all got pretty much, it boils down to people wanting immediate results from something, because a lot of times pharmaceuticals do, at least they mask symptoms so you feel like you're getting an immediate result, but the long term is that they're not really solving your issue, they're just making pain go away. So it's not the pharmaceutical is not making your knee better, but it's taking away the knee pain, it's masking the knee pain, but your knees are still suffering, as opposed to rebuilding the knees.
And I think people have forgotten that, medicine is derived from plants. And
Yeah, natural substances, without a doubt. Yeah. Natural things. Yeah, and it is frustrating because we've worked with people in the past too to help people try to solve some issues, and their inability to make any real kind of changes in their life if it's not just a pill, and that's where the instant gratification comes from. Pills, generally instantaneous, you feel some sort of relief within 15 or 20 minutes. And the funny thing is about the natural pharmacy, the stuff that you're making yourself and that's coming out of your yard or that's coming out of the woods, is that it's usually a very, I don't want to say it's a very slow process. It's a process that builds kind of slowly over the course of, it could be a week, it could be, now, like I say, my scars on my ankles went away rather quickly. But some of this, it kind of builds slowly, and what's really strange about it is you don't notice that the pain is decreasing because it's happening just kind of slowly. And one day you wake up or somebody reminds you, I thought your knee bothered you. Well, my knee did bother me. That's so strange you say it. You're right. I don't really have any pain in my knee anymore. And this comes back to me. I was using it for a torn meniscus, or for a problem in my knee, and was putting it on twice a day, and was using this for, I don't know, it's safe to say that I used it for probably 2 or 3 months. And little by little, I wasn't really paying attention, and all of a sudden I didn't have any knee pain anymore. Now we're talking about something that had been bothering me for upwards of probably 4 years, kind of on and off. It got worse depending on what I did or what type of activities I was engaged in. But I do physical labor for a living, folks, and I notice, pain in my knees, and I've been very fortunate in my life. I don't suffer from a lot of back pain or knee pain. So when this meniscus thing came up, it was really bothersome. And by putting the salve on over the course of, probably a total of 3 months, my knee pain has completely disappeared. I can squat, I can bend, I can turn, I can do whatever with that knee, and I do not feel discomfort at all. But it was kind of such a slow evolving process that I didn't really notice it taking place until one day you're just reminded that, oh, my knee is not bothering me anymore. Um, but yeah, this is why I think that a lot of this is forgotten or is kind of brushed aside, and how quickly people are willing to say that something does not work.
Well, it starts with, if you don't think it's going to work, it's not going to work. If you're not going
Well,
to...
I don't know if I'd say that, but it certainly helps to be positive going into it. But something can still work, whether somebody wants to believe it's going to work or not. I think it's capable of. You're right in that you go into it with a positive attitude, and it's going to work. This is going to be effective for me. That's certainly a step in the right direction. But I don't think that it's just a placebo effect. I think that it would work whether you wanted it to or not. It's just that it's certainly not hurting.
I just, you know, when the pharmacies shut down, when you don't have access to the medication that you need or that you rely on, that would not be a good predicament to find yourself in. At least for me, I wouldn't want to find myself in that predicament, needing, requiring medication and not being able to get it because there's a shortage or...
Yeah, but the other thing, Penny, is that the beauty of using this stuff. I won't say that there's no side effects. I don't know that there's minimal side effects or not. But there's certainly no glaring side effects. And when you when you stop using it or when you reduce your usage of it, it's not like you go through withdrawals. It's not like you have all of these negative side effects. I would say the biggest negative side effect of stopping using it is that you may lose its efficacy. You may have to continue to put it on. You may continue to have to use this salve once or twice a week, maybe for the rest of your life, maybe for 2 or 3 years. Don't really know. But, yeah.
I guess I would say, why would you scoff at someone that is offering you in an alternative, natural medicine? Just, I don't understand that, because if I were sick, I'm not on any medication. Nope, I don't take medication. I couldn't tell you the last time I took medication. My medication is if I'm lacking iron, I will eat more foods that has iron in it.
Eat more liver.
Eat more liver. But I don't think I'm lacking in iron because I cook in my iron skillet just about every single day. But that's my point. If I'm lacking omega-3, I need omega-3.
You buy sardines.
I buy sardines. I eat purslane. These are actual food. The food is the medicine.
Well, that should be your first step anyway. I mean, surgery should be a last resort for people, and it seems like people are more willing nowadays to forego something. We try to play this over in our heads. This is where a lot of the conversation went when we were having the conversation. We try to think of, why would you be so willing or so eager to have a surgery when it's quite possible that you could have treated it? And I'm not saying this stuff will reverse everything, folks. We're not going there. But the person that is dealing with a knee pain is 84 years old. Do they really need a knee surgery? if in fact you could reduce the issue with their knees by 60% or 70% or 80%. We're not even talking about a full healing here. We're just talking about the knee being able to do 60 or 70% of what it used to do, rather than the 10% that it's currently doing. That's where and if you got to that point at 84 years old, would you feel that surgery was still required? I mean, folks, we are all getting, we joke all the time. We're getting older, and that beats the alternative, right? You have your choice. You can either get older, and with age comes, you know, you are slower to recover from things. Your muscles and your joints have gone through years of use.
Down.
You are breaking down. You're returning back to where it is that you came from, folks. But if you can reduce that pain and that inflammation with something as simple, we're not even talking major things here. We're not even talking about changing your diet. We're talking about putting a salve on your knee twice a day, in the morning and in the evening, trying to stick to some kind of loose schedule. Do it at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the morning every day. Do it again at 6 or 7 o'clock at night. Twice a day, and just do this religiously, just like you take those pills, just like that doctor demands you take those pills. Put the salve, put the bulb on, put the bulb on. Put the salve on twice a day over the course of 2, 3, 4 weeks. Oh, little dog.
Zedar.
Oh, she thinks somebody's here.
Okay, honey.
All right, enough.
All right.
Hey, leave it. But yeah, put the salve on and do it religiously. And it's okay that you put a time frame in here that you're going to do this for 3 months or 4 months. I don't know why it's that big of a deal when you're receiving the salve for free. Just continue to do it. And I think it would sneak up on a lot of people. They wouldn't even realize how much better their joints felt, or how much better that scarring looked, because it's so slow to take. It's just, I don't know that I want to say it's slow. That's the wrong wording. It just sneaks up on you that that you're improving, and you actually start to not really notice, because guess what? Your knee's not really bothering you anymore.
But it wasn't immediate.
No.
It wasn't immediate. It was a consistent application. It was not immediate gratification.
No, it's not immediate results. It's slow and steady. It's the old adage. We all know. This is funny because people use these old idioms and whatever all the time. You know, slow and steady wins the race. Mm-hmm. This is a slow and steady thing. And most of healing is a slow and steady thing. You won't just get better overnight. Pharmaceuticals have tricked you to believing that because you get immediate pain relief if you take enough opiates, if you take a strong enough dose of something. Yes, your pain is masked, but it doesn't make your knee or your elbow or your back work any better. Matter of fact, you're probably damaging those things by masking the pain and continuing to use those joints the same way that you would be if they were healthy, and rather than just making them healthy. So,
wow.
Is there anything else that you want to put into that you'd like to?
Yeah, I'll keep making it.
Keep making it. Keep offering it.
Mm-hmm. And because I have a lot of folks.
A goodly amount, and it has worked for a number of people.
And that's what it just, that makes my day when I hear feedback. It's not because I'm asking them, but when they tell me, when they email me or text me that.
Well, and a lot of it you've even gotten secondhand, right? So the stuff has been given through, our children have given it to friends of theirs who were suffering from, whether it's scarring or from surgeries and stuff like that. And we have had numerous people respond back saying, my doctor just could not believe how quickly I was healing from the surgery. How good my scar tissue, how good my scars looked within. And some of this stuff, folks, because the scar is an immediate thing and it happened a week ago, and now you're putting the salve on there, and all of a sudden, you know, within 3 or 4 days, it's greatly improved. To the point that we have seen pictures, people have sent us pictures of their scars looking pretty much 90% gone, and going in to see the doctors, and the doctors going, I've never really seen anybody heal like this. You're way ahead of schedule.
And then when their doctor asks them, well, what have you been doing? In the lady response, well, I don't know, I've been putting this beef fat stuff with some kind of plant in it.
And of course the doctor rolls his eyes and goes, well, yeah, well, that's probably not it, but okay, whatever. And, yeah.
But I guess I want to end with, don't scoff at the alternative medicine. Keep your mind open.
And remember, slow and steady does win the race. You're not looking for, when you're dealing with natural supplements or when you're dealing with natural cures, quote unquote, remember, it's a slow and steady thing. You probably won't see an immediate turnaround. Be diligent about using it, and you'll be surprised. 6 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 months from now, all of a sudden you go, my gosh, I don't have pain in my hands anymore, or whatever it may be. So, folks, that's kind of the talk for today.
Okay. So remember, life doesn't get better.
You get better. And also remember to hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed this. And we're getting no views right now, which is fully anticipated. That's just how the YouTube algorithm thing works. But folks, if you got questions or even comments, or if something has worked for you or not worked for you, comment down below. We'd love to be interactive with folks. That would be great, to actually be hearing some feedback and us being able to respond. So have a wonderful day. We will see you in the next episode.